Hello everyone, it's time for our next walkthrough, and that's going to be Life is Strange Double Exposure. But before we do that, we're going to do a recap video of what the first game entailed and what choices we had to make on the first game. I didn't stream or upload any videos on the first game, which is why we're doing this recap before we move over to double exposure and start playing that now. So this video is going to be slightly longer than my usual. I've got Legacy Wings here, who's just going to give a recap on the first game and the choices that we had to make, and throughout the video here, I'll pause it and just go through what choices I made that I can recall, and then after that, after it's finished, we'll move on to double exposure. This walkthrough is going to be dedicated to my mum. So if you're watching, mum, this whole walkthrough is dedicated to you on this occasion. So yeah, we're going to do that. So it's going to be about 23 minutes of a recap of the first game, and then we'll go straight over to double exposure and see what happens.
Life is Strange game about to release, once again bringing back its original protagonist Max, I decided to revisit the game that started it all, to relive the story of this great game. And while it's true that I have my doubts about what this new Life is Strange could be, given that its original creators left the company some time ago, that doesn't take away the affection I have for these first games. So, if you want to relive the story of Life is Strange with me, stay until the end. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support me in bringing more content. First of all, I must say that Life is Strange is a game of decisions. That's what it's all about. So, the story is not unique. Each person can have several endings. However, I will try to tell you the story from the most common side, or at least following the decisions I believe would be the best for Max. It all starts with a storm, and Max watching a huge tornado about to destroy Arcadia Bay, the place where she grew up and where the whole story takes place. Quickly, Max wakes up from what seemed too real to be a dream. Now, Max is in class at Blackwell Academy, where her photography teacher Jefferson is giving the class. At first glance, we can see many details that indicate the lay of the land. Max is an introverted and intelligent girl with intentions of becoming a photographer. In her class, we can see other peculiar faces and characters. Victoria is the typical popular girl of Blackwell, with her loyal followers, who intimidate a subdued Kate Marsh, a sweet girl who is bullied by everyone because there is a hot video of her on the internet, evidently spread by Victoria and many others. Within Blackwell, we will find other characters, but I will skip them for now.
The cat's out of the bag. I've designed a range of sofas for DFS. So excited to show you them all.
After finishing classes, Max goes to the bathroom to be alone for a moment. By the way, I want to pause to say that the music in this game is something to highlight. The music makes Life is Strange something truly unique. Meanwhile, all over the school, there seem to be posters of a missing girl named Rachel, which draws a lot of attention. Going back to Max, she decides to wash her face. Also, she sees a blue butterfly enter through the ventilation. Max, with her photographer's eye, decides to follow it and take a picture of it at the back of the bathroom. Following this, she feels like a student enters the bathroom. This student is Nathan Prescott, who looks very agitated and unstable. Seconds later, we can see a girl with blue hair, with a very punk and striking style, also entering the bathroom, and they both start having a discussion. The girl is demanding money from Nathan, threatening to expose him and tell everything about him and the drug dealing at the school. The situation escalates and Nathan pulls out a gun. After a bit of struggling, he ends up shooting the girl. Max, seeing all this, quickly comes out from where she was hiding and proceeds to stretch out her hand. At that moment, Max wakes up again in Jefferson's class, going back in time. Evidently, Max can't believe it, but everything around her confirms that she can indeed turn back time. Knowing all this, Max prevents Nathan from killing the girl, repeating all her actions until just before they enter the bathroom and triggering the fire alarm moments before the shot. After saving the girl, in the midst of euphoria and agitation, we leave the bathroom and we can choose to report Nathan to the principal or not. I think the normal thing in this situation would be to warn the principal, which Max does.
So in this occasion, I didn't warn the principal. I kept it from him. I'm not sure why I did that. Um, I think because I know that as of recent, I've been really bad at decision-based games and thought that that would come to bite me in the arse at some point in the game.
But it will have certain consequences in the future. The problem is that Nathan is the son of the most powerful family in Arcadia Bay, the Prescotts, making this whole matter even more complicated, since obviously reporting him would be somewhat in vain. However, Max decides to move forward. After all, this guy is dangerous and has a gun in school. Outside, we can meet other students and teachers. And why not use the ability to rewind time to know exactly what to say to get along with and impress everyone? After all, isn't that what each of us would do in that situation? Now Max has to deliver a flash drive her friend Warren lent her, so we decide to go to the rooms to get it. However, on the way, we meet Kate, who David, the school's head of security, is yelling at. Max, seeing this and hesitating for a moment, decides to intervene since Kate's situation is very delicate for the head of security to pick on her now. Kate is very grateful and happy about this and proceeds to leave. After finding the flash drive and giving it to Warren, Nathan confronts us in the parking lot, knowing that we reported him. Warren decides to stand up to him and give us time to escape. Just at the right moment, the girl with blue hair from the bathroom arrives in her truck to save us. This girl is Chloe, Max's childhood best friend, with who we end up escaping from school. The reunion is somewhat complicated, since Max disappeared from Chloe's life, and after the death of her father, Chloe had a tough time all those years, becoming a complete rebel. The dynamic between Max and Chloe is very interesting, which will continue to develop later. They are completely opposite poles, and this is very clear in their interactions. Chloe and Max, after talking, end up reconciling, finding out that the girl who has been putting up all the posters in Blackwell was Chloe. It turns out that Rachel was there for Chloe when Max left, and they became very close during that time. However, suddenly, Rachel disappeared, causing great doubts in Chloe since they had a plan to run away together from Arcadia Bay. Rachel disappearing without leaving any clue was not logical for Chloe. This first chapter ends with Max having much stronger visions about the tornado ravaging Arcadia Bay, determined to find Rachel with the help of Chloe together. Also, suddenly, it starts snowing, a practically impossible meteorological event at that time of the year, ending this first chapter. The next morning, we can see Kate still being bullied in every possible way, and when we talk to her in his room, things don't look good. It is clear that the girl is depressed, and everything seems to be getting worse. Talking to her, Kate asks for our opinion on whether she should go to the police, since the video of her at that party doesn't let her focus on her studies and her life in general. She tells us that she went to that particular party to meet new people, even if it wasn't her style. The problem seems to be that she was drugged, forgetting everything that happened next. The only thing she remembers is Nathan telling her he would take her to the hospital, which never happened. The problem here is that there is no evidence. And I think if Kate went to the police in the current situation, it would be of little use if you ask me, making her feel even worse. So Max decides to tell her to wait a bit until we have evidence of all this.
For this one, I did select go to the police.
Later, we decide to meet Chloe in a diner, where her mother works, by the way, and where we decide to show Chloe our ability in detail by predicting a series of very particular events. Once convinced 100%, Chloe decides to take us to a place dear to her, a place she goes to unload and disconnect, so to speak. Chloe is not precisely a good influence on Max, but her intentions are not bad. The dynamic between them is very curious. The thing is that Chloe stole a gun from her stepfather, which I didn't mention before, but it is David, the head of security at the school, a former military man obsessed with security and surveillance cameras. The fact is that after spending time with Chloe, shooting bottles, playing with Max's powers, and preventing Chloe from dying repeatedly that day, once from a bullet that bounced off and hit her in the chest, and another from a train that almost ran her over, they share a moment, as if those 5 years apart had never passed. And although I don't want to dwell on every detail of the story, these moments are what give depth to the characters and where we learn much more about them. By the way, I almost forgot something. It turns out that before the train and all that, Frank, a mysterious guy we had seen from afar before, appears to ask Chloe for money she owes him, which she doesn't have. In this case, things could have gone very wrong, but Frank ends up taking Chloe's gun as a down payment. Another detail I almost forgot is that the constant use of Max's powers seems to be affecting her, causing her nose to bleed and many headaches. Later, Chloe drops us off at Blackwell and leaves. Max has no idea that after this day, things could get more intense and crazy. When Max is going to class, he sees Kate talking to Jefferson, which doesn't seem to go very well, causing Kate to leave helpless and frustrated. The atmosphere is weird, it's raining, and there's tension in the air. Once the class starts, a student interrupts it, saying that something is happening outside, so the whole class goes out to see. It turns out that outside on the campus, everyone is gathered, watching a scared Kate standing on the edge of a roof, about to jump. Max can't do anything but go back again and again, preventing Kate's fall, but it's not enough. Therefore, she must try something new. By straining her powers and using what little strength she has left, Max manages to stop time, giving her the chance to reach Kate on the roof. Once up there, Max realizes her power no longer works, and that after using it so many times, she is on her own. She only has one chance to save Kate. At this point, having been present and helped Kate in various situations earlier in the story will make saving Kate easier. However, Max must be very careful with what she says, since a wrong choice of words could drag Kate off the roof. Nevertheless, Max manages to convince Kate to be strong enough not to jump. As a result of all this, Blackwell takes a 90-degree turn, and now everyone who mocked Kate starts to feel empathy and pity, turning Max into a sort of hero. This whole situation triggers the principal to summon us and take more seriously the whole issue of Nathan, Kate, and security within the school, since that area was supposed to be restricted with a key by David. Talking to the principal, we can blame Professor Jefferson for not paying enough attention to Kate and her problems, David for the alleged harassment we saw earlier, or directly blame Nathan for everything Kate told us. Considering the overall picture, I think that's the smartest thing, which ends up causing Nathan to be temporarily expelled from Blackwell. And so ends this second chapter, with Max once again changing the events of space-time to make Arcadia Bay a better place. At the same time, talking to Warren, we can see an eclipse, also something impossible according to him, making us think that all this altering time might be causing these meteorological events. At night, Max is sleeping in her room and receives a message from Chloe, telling us to meet her in front of the campus. All this is to infiltrate the principal's office to gather more information about Rachel, Nathan, and any other clues that might help us. On the way, we encounter Victoria and Jefferson talking about a photography contest. However, we can easily avoid them and enter without being seen. The problem is that the office is locked and we don't have the keys, so we decide to ask Warren for help to make a bomb with materials from the lab. Rewinding and using our powers, we can enter the office without much trouble and gather valuable information along with some files. Among the files, we can see that Nathan had accused Rachel of having drugs at school and that David seemed to be in the middle. Also, there are some notes saying Rachel in the dark room over and over again. Very suspicious things. So we decide to leave with the idea of exploring David's garage in search of more evidence. But not before enjoying a moment infiltrating the Academy's pool and later fleeing the place. After all this, we decide to spend the night at Chloe's house, where these two keep catching up, reminiscing about moments from their past. Then, Chloe decides to distract her mother while we sneak into the garage, looking for a possible password for David's computer. Using our powers and trying different passwords, we manage to access David's computer, and we discover that Rachel was dating Frank, the guy who appeared earlier and took the gun. David had certain photos on his computer, along with other files on Kate, and another where he also seemed to be investigating us. After a heated argument between David and Chloe, we go to the diner where Frank is, and after using our powers, we can steal the keys to his RV. Once inside, we confirm that Rachel did have a relationship with Frank, which infuriated Chloe as she had no idea. Finding this out, Chloe, angry because everyone disappoints her in some way, drops us off at the Blackwell gates and drives off in her truck. Max, in her room, starts looking at an old photo of Chloe and herself. Focusing on the photo, we discover a new facet of Max's power. It turns out that we now travel back in time to the moment the photo was taken. The adult Max would now be in the body of her past version. At this point, things couldn't get stranger, but to Max's surprise, at that moment, Chloe's father was still alive. And let's not forget that his death is the reason why Chloe ended up so devastated. Curiously, that same day would be the day her father would die in a traffic accident while picking up his wife from work. So without thinking twice, Max throws the keys away and completely changes the events in that reality, saving Chloe's father. However, not everything could turn out so well, and upon waking up, we return to the present. In this case, we can see a completely different Max hanging out with Victoria and the popular kids of the Vortex Club, which is, by the way, a sort of cult within the school according to Max. After processing all this, the first thing Max decides to do is go to Chloe's house, discovering that she did save her father, but was also greatly surprised to see that her best friend was now completely paralyzed in a wheelchair. This is how this chapter ends, and if you ask me, I think it is one of the top plot twists I have seen. All this ends up showing us that messing with spacetime as deliberately as Max does has significant consequences. Continuing with the story, Max discovers that in this new reality, it was Chloe who had a traffic accident, changing her life completely. Max also finds out that her alternate self never visited Chloe, and they also lost contact in some way. Chloe seems to be another person, more kind, gentle, and looking at the whole picture more positively. This visit made Chloe very happy, and we decide to stay at her house for the night. From this moment, we can get a closer look at what this Chloe's life would be like, with her room completely modified. Chloe's life would be very different from her alternate version. Now, she would be practically alone, living with her parents. Although she has their financial and emotional support, the outlook is not good. Maintaining that lifestyle for Chloe is costing her parents a lot of money in debts. At the same time, Chloe is getting worse every day, and her condition doesn't seem to be improving. It just gets worse. In Chloe's room, she asks us for her photo album, and between tears, knowing her outlook, she asks us to end her life, with the intention of leaving with a good memory of us, and knowing that she had control over something in her life. The decision is not easy for Max, but she finally decides to fulfill her wish, and Chloe dies in her arms.
My warrior of light, walk free and bear the light for others to follow.
Max, still in shock from all of this, sees the photo album in Chloe's arms and understands that she must go back in time and let Chloe's father die, no matter how painful it is. And that's what she does. She goes back to that moment and through tears, lets Chloe's father go to his death. The theory of chaos is mentioned in several conversations. It is very clear throughout the game how small changes cause more significant changes, and these changes cause even bigger ones. Anyway, Max returns to her timeline, where Chloe is alive and still investigating Rachel's disappearance. Max goes back to look for more evidence about Nathan, Rachel, and others in David's garage, where she finds coordinates and more files that will be useful. Then, Max and Chloe go to visit Kate, who is much better and grateful to Max since she was the only one who showed genuine interest in her. Then, Max and Chloe go to Blackwell Institute to sneak into Nathan's room. Chloe decides to stand guard while Max investigates. Nathan's room is very creepy and hides many dark things. After searching for a bit, Max finds a hidden phone and leaves the room. Reunited again with Chloe, they are intercepted by Nathan himself. But before he can do anything, Warren arrives to save us and takes his revenge on Nathan. Following Nathan's trail, Max and Chloe meet Frank, who sold drugs to Nathan, and after talking to him, we can convince him to give us his client list to help us find Rachel, as Frank genuinely cared for her despite his rough exterior. By the way, there were many dead whales on the beach where Frank was, which was also present in the other reality. Also, dead birds began to appear, a series of very strange things. After collecting all these clues and files, Max and Chloe discover the location of a farmhouse owned by the Prescotts, where they proceed to go without wasting time. In this barn, Max will discover the dark truth behind Rachel's disappearance and all the strange things happening in Arcadia Bay. After searching for clues in that place and inspecting it from top to bottom, we find a secret entrance to what seems to be a completely sealed bunker. After discovering the access code and entering the bunker, everything starts to make sense. It seems that this bunker was financed with the Prescott's money, costing more than $1,300,000. Inside the bunker, it is filled with photos of women tied up, and where they seem to be drugged, but it doesn't end there. In the bunker, we find many drugs, tape, and other very peculiar objects. There is also a part of the bunker full of cameras and very expensive gadgets, where it seems the photos were taken. All this makes even more sense when we check the place's computer and see that all these photos were not taken with consent. We can see photos of Kate and even of Rachel herself. The person responsible for all this is undoubtedly very sick. After reviewing Rachel's photos, it seems that Rachel is in one of them at the junkyard where we went with Chloe to shoot bottles. So, we quickly go to the exact place. Checking the area, the worst is confirmed. Rachel's body is buried there. Chloe, upon finding out, breaks down in tears, and after a while, Max and she decide to go after Nathan at one of the Vortex Club parties, as they need answers. In the middle of all this, a drunk Warren surprises us to take a picture, and without giving it much importance, we enter the famous Vortex Club party. The goal is to find Nathan. However, after asking and asking, there seems to be no trace of him anywhere. At the party, we also run into Victoria, and despite how evil she was, we decided to warn her about Nathan. We also run into Professor Jefferson, who is at the party to announce the winner of the photography contest, which curiously, Victoria won. Upon leaving the party, Chloe receives a message from Nathan, saying that there will be no more evidence once he is done. Quickly, Max and Chloe head to the junkyard where Rachel was buried, only to discover something even more disturbing. The remains are still there. However, someone approaches from behind and proceeds to drug us, then shoots Chloe, killing her. Max, unable to use her powers, can only watch her friend die, discovering the real monster behind all this, Jefferson. This is how this penultimate chapter, The Dark Room, ends. It turns out that Jefferson was the one who sent the message from Nathan's phone. So, in this last chapter, Max wakes up in the dark room, tied up and unable to do much. Victoria is also there, and she tells Max that she expressed her concerns about Nathan to Jefferson, making it partly our fault that she's there. Nathan was simply a pawn in all this, a means for Jefferson to carry out his dark plans, funded by the Prescotts. Jefferson tells us that he is obsessed with capturing the perfect photograph that captures that feeling of innocence transforming into fear or something like that. The fact is that he is completely crazy, and he was indirectly responsible for Rachel's death, since Nathan accidentally gave her an overdose. Max can see a photo Jefferson took moments before in that same room, so she decides to use her power to go back to that moment. There, as I said, she talks to Jefferson and discovers even more of the truth behind all this. Max realizes at one point that Jefferson kept her diary, in which she has all her photos that she could use as an escape thanks to her power, and that's what she ends up doing. Tricking Jefferson into showing her the diary, she can travel to a selfie she took at the beginning of the game, right when she woke up from the tornado dream. So, knowing everything she knows, Max gets down to action. The first thing she does is warn David about Jefferson and the location of the bunker. Then she says a few words to Kate, telling her that she is not alone. And lastly, she evidently saves Chloe, creating a new reality where Jefferson is captured, Chloe is alive, and she is heading to San Francisco because she won the photography contest. Already at the gallery, Max can see her photo being admired by many. The problem comes when Chloe calls Max and tells her that the tornado vision was real and that it is now ravaging Arcadia Bay. Max,
apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
determined to prevent all this, returns to the moment she took the gallery photo, going back to the past, intending to be in Arcadia Bay that day instead of San Francisco. Max breaks the winning photo and alters everything again. However, this time, she wakes up in the dark room with Jefferson again. The problem was that Jefferson in that reality burned all of Max's things, including her diary, and without the diary, Max couldn't travel back to the past. Fortunately, the message did reach David, who comes to rescue us just in time. Well, he tries at least. David dies several times until, thanks to our powers, he can defeat Jefferson. Once Max is freed, she decides to end all this, calling Warren since he is the only one with a photo Max can use to prevent Chloe's death before it happens. Calling Warren, he tells us he is in the diner with Chloe's mother and others, taking shelter from the tornado that is about to destroy everything. At this point, Max takes Jefferson's car keys and goes straight to Warren. Along the way, we discover that Nathan sent us a message warning us about Jefferson, since he is looking for him to kill him and thinks we are next. Upon arriving at the diner, Max saves a few people with her powers and talks to Joyce, Chloe's mother, and Frank, telling him the truth about Rachel. By the way, Frank partly sold the drugs to Nathan, which led to Rachel's death by overdose, so indirectly, he is responsible for her death. But anyway, we also decide to finally tell Warren the truth about our powers, and he gives us the photograph. Intending to fix everything again, we return to the past. Now avoiding entering the party and explaining everything to Chloe, that Nathan is probably dead at that point. Max gives Chloe instructions, explaining that she will forget all this in a few minutes. Remember, Max can travel to the past and change things consciously, but then she eventually returns to her original timeline with the changes she made in the past. So she tells her that both should stay locked in her room until everything passes, explaining the truth about Jefferson to David. With everything changed, Max returns to the present with Chloe. They are both at the lighthouse where Max was in her dream. However, Max ends up collapsing. Now Max will go through a series of dreams and hallucinations related to everything she experienced that week, reliving all the most important moments of those days. I think this moment is important for Max, since she begins to understand that changing the past has consequences. After having a lot of visions and hallucinations, we are able to become conscious again and wake up, only to see the tornado about to devastate all of Arcadia Bay. Without fully understanding everything that was happening, we exchanged some emotional words with Chloe, who told us that to avoid all this, we must let her die. Reaching the most difficult decision in all of life is strange. Let Chloe die and prevent the devastation of Arcadia Bay or save her at the cost of these people's lives. Regardless of what one chooses, I think the lesson behind all this is that many things cannot be changed, no matter how much you try. In the end, Max became obsessed with finding the perfect reality, but at what cost? Therefore, saving Arcadia Bay was the final decision I chose. Max, after returning to the beginning, to the photo of the blue butterfly she took in the bathroom, through tears, lets her best friend die. Nathan is arrested for homicide, the truth about Jefferson is discovered, and all the moments Max and Chloe lived are replaced by new ones. With a very emotional final scene of Max, going to see his best friend one last time at her funeral, looking at the horizon with a more mature vision, and understanding that sometimes we just have to let go. I'm aware that I overlooked many details, and that the game...
And there we go. So that is a recap of the first game, and we did end up sacrificing Chloe because she was meant to die originally, and obviously we wanted to save everyone in Arcadia Bay, and we did do that. So now we're going to go ahead to the next game, which is Double Exposure, and we see the return of Max. So let's go right over there.
and its characters.
Okay, and let's get started with Life is Strange Double Exposure, and let's carry on with Max's journey. I'll try with mouse and keyboard at first, and see how we get on. If I can't do it, I'll get a controller. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing multiple choice-based games. So we've got Life is Strange with Double Exposure, which we're doing now. We're going to do Life is Strange 2. We're going to go Life is Strange True Colors, Life is Strange The Reunion, Walking Dead. We've got all those coming up.
I said for so long that I built a home. They tap at the windows and think they were bones. Lay hands on the bricks and I'd swear from inside I could feel it. Now here you are with your mallet and light. Out of your own house, you think it's alright. Don't touch my windows, my bricks or my rules, I won't hear it. Open the door, how do I know? Stillness means end or is danger just slow? I do not trust you, don't trust myself, but someone was listening when I called for help. Can't tell the difference on unsteady floor. Will I be rewarded or lose even more? Safety in numbers, but I never said I was ready. Open the door, what if we find one was enough now? We should have stayed blind. I do not trust you, don't trust myself.
Look at all those warnings. I've never seen that before in a game. Okay. I think we'll go for that one.
be damned. I didn't know you were a criminal mastermind, Miss Caulfield.
There's a lot you don't know about me.
Truly, is nothing easy? How do we get around that?
It's a
I'm
thing
not
called use
despairing
your
yet.
arms.
Let me take a look.
I'm just testing the controllers here a second. We want to try everything at the highest setting for one. Just make sure they've saved. Yeah. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a controller because it just feels a bit sluggish, but I want to check latency's okay. That's fine. Right. I'm just going to go and get a controller and see how we get on. Let's try this. Controller first. My god, my hair. Okay. That feels better already.
Rewind hasn't worked in years. But still, old habits die hard. I hope whoever Neb is, they don't mind that I'm in their pub. And if they do mind, I hope I can take them. Oh yeah. Easy peasy.
Sure about this?
Positive.
Just leave me to do all the hard lifting, it's alright.
Wait for it. Go!
Talk about descending into the mouth of hell.
So glad you told me about this place. It's incredible.
Ooh, that's one word for it. I had a friend in undergrad who was obsessed with this building. She never broke in, though. She clearly wasn't as crazy as you.
Urban exploration is kind of my thing. I can't see a busted old place and simply not go into it.
What is it about empty spaces?
I don't know. An abandoned building has the potential to be anything. Just by going inside, I make it into something new.
Hell yeah, let's hit the bar.
Not a bad shot.
Oh, let me just...
Don't!
What?
I don't usually rearrange the space if I can help it. I want it to look exactly like it would without human interference.
Got it. Hands off. Is there anything that I should be doing?
Just sit still and look pretty.
The job I was born for. So what are we looking for exactly, besides photographing random detritus?
Most of the shoots I do, I find a focus. Something to hang the rest of the series on. I'll know it when I see it. Something lonely. The loneliest thing you can find.
Gotcha, boss. Oof, try not to breathe too deep. This place looks like it's 90% asbestos.
Come on, Max. Gotta focus on the here and now.
Oof. Hey, partner in crime.
Ah, yes. Abraxas. Those guys really get around.
Hurry up. I think this thing is alive and hungry.
I'm glad Sophie's having fun. Hate to bring in
What are you smiling about?
Nothing. How old did you say this place was?
I think it was built in the 60s, but it only closed down like a decade ago.
Really? It looks like it's been abandoned for half a century.
Maybe the tackier something is, the faster the rate of decay.
Then wouldn't that jacket be totally decayed by now?
Mean. This is couture.
Hail Satan. Edgy.
Ready to pledge yourself to the Prince of Lies? God, I haven't been bowling since I was little. John Whittle's 9th birthday, if I remember. Weird kid.
Maybe if I just ignore this, nothing will pop out of it.
Wow. It looks so much cleaner than it did online.
Are there photos?
Yeah, the old website is still up.
I wonder who's paying the hosting fees.
Someone who loves kitsch and dust. Figured out what your focus is gonna be yet?
Not yet. but I'll know it when I see
Guess
it.
these haven't been greased in a minute.
Good thing this building isn't on campus. My mom would definitely have had it razed to the ground by now.
That would suck. Something doesn't have to be useful to be worth preserving.
Well, you know my mom. She can't stand it. So much for never rearranging a space.
Damn. I bet that was stunning when it caught the light.
Oh shit. That's it, huh? The centerpiece you wanted, right? The loneliest thing in here or whatever.
It was made to be beautiful.
And now no one ever looks at it. Until today.
Something like that. Not in love with this angle, though. There. Help me find a way up?
You got it, boss.
Do gumballs have an expiration date? I'll pass.
Is this seizing the means of production?
My money's on one half-full Bic lighter to win it all. My money. Oh man, I'm 9 years late for my free slice of za.
Behold, every. You okay?
Damn. Yeah, I'm fine. That could have been bad.
See, this is why you need an assistant. In case you break your ass and need an ass ambulance. Go get your shot. Let me figure out how to get you back down.
Armed and ready. Let's find that shot.
One day.
How are your
Ain't no
parkour
rule that says a
skills?
carousel horse can't bowl.
What? I said, how are your... What? I
The gnome
said...
smoking weed really pulled the
Fucking
place
with me,
together.
aren't you? Okay.
Wow. Ballet service too? This place is bougie.
Please remember to tip your ladder driver. Did you get your shot? and let's get the hell out of this death trap. Come on, I'm starving. This loneliness makes me want a sandwich. Oof. Beautiful dismount.
Check this out. It's perfect.
Oh, show me the angle. Oh my god.
What?
Close one. That laugh.
Holy shit, are you okay?
I need a drink. Do you need a drink?
You read my mind. Turtle?
Turtle.
My powers might not last.
That's okay. We
This
will.
is from the first game, this bit.
Chloe!
Max. You dead?
Oh, yeah. I mean, no. Not dead. Just thinking.
Cosmopolitan for Max. Vodka shot for Safi. Very on brand in both cases.
Perfect. Thanks a ton, Amanda.
Hey, you look really good today.
You think so? I switched shampoos.
Oh.
Not sure about it yet.
So, what are you up to later?
If there's a just and loving God, sleep. Today's been a doozy.
Well, sweet dreams. You know she was flirting with you, right?
What?
Amanda, are you actually this oblivious?
Oh, guilty. Flirting is like a foreign language to me.
You spent all those years on the road, meeting new people every day, and you still can't tell when someone's into you?
I don't know. You don't meet a lot of suitors in abandoned buildings.
Is this about the blue-haired girl whose picture you keep in your wallet?
Wait, you snooped in my wallet?
Stop deflecting. The girl with the blue hair. What's the deal with you two?
Look, we were kinda high school sweethearts, okay?
High school breakup turned you to Miss Havisham?
It was a little more complicated than... Can we change the subject now?
No, come on. You never talk about yourself. Would it kill you to open up the teeny tiniest bit? What happened?
She died my senior year.
Oh, shit.
Nah, hey, it's cool. It was a long time ago.
You want to talk about something else?
God, yes.
Deal. Amanda, thoughts?
Fine, yes. I have a big, stupid crush on a hot girl. So does half of Lakeport. Amanda's a total catch.
Half of Lakeport doesn't have what you have. A Sophy. I can help you navigate the complicated waters of love. First step, talk to her.
About what? What do normal people even talk about?
Mostly gas prices. But we're aiming a little bit higher. I mean, go look around. She's responsible for half the decor in this place. Learn what she likes.
Yeah. Why the hell not, you know? Okay then. Ooh. Time to go be normal.
All I have to do is find some things Amanda likes and then talk about them. I can do that. Amanda probably knows which beer is actually good. I could ask her. I'm not ready for a full-blown conversation yet. Oh man, I want to get on the bad pickup line board. I wonder if anyone here knows any good ones I could borrow. Sophy says the bands that play here are small, but have heart. I'm not sure if that's a compliment. Gotta love any piece that can make a snowy tree. Well, that doesn't look right. Gosh, these are really beautiful. Caledon doesn't have a monopoly on Lakeport's artistic. I admire commitment to a bid as much as the next girl, but the bid here is just confusing. Tell me you've got a terrible pickup line to share.
Are you a campfire? Because you're smoking hot and I want some more.
Oh, you're good.
I'm not ready for a full-blown conversation yet.
I'm so fucking over him.
Survey question. You two know any good pickup lines?
Lots of calories in that drink. I know a great way to burn them off. Too old school?
Ugh. Cringeworthy, but a classic. Maybe that'll get me up there. How do you do, fellow kids? You guys aren't sticking around over Christmas, are you?
Let's see. Stay here, or go home and let my dad drag me to church 3 times a week. Oh, I'll be here. Besides, a lot of the Abraxas kids stay over break. We've all got tasks to finish.
What kind of secret society assigns busy work?
The kind that's famous for immature pranks and ragers.
So, why do people join Abraxas? It just sounds like a lot of stress.
The only thing worse than being in Abraxas is not being in Abraxas. If you want any recognition at all.
It didn't used to be this way. It used to be about activism and creating art that matters. Now it's mostly for networking and worshiping Vin Lang, the president.
Sounds like a bummer. Well, good luck, you guys.
I bet you $10 she asks around.
No way. The soup future is in my hands. When in New England, do as the New Englanders do.
has a huge family. Wonder what that's like. Amanda recommends Misery Cult, huh? I can work with that. Okay, 3 pickup lines. That's enough material, right? Busy night?
Ugh. Julie called off, so I haven't gotten a single break all shift. My bladder's about to explode.
Go, pee. You can talk to me later.
It's a fabulous idea. Don't go anywhere. That's the 3rd glass this week, Reggie.
I got this. Bathroom. Now.
You are a literal angel. I owe you. Out of the way, freshman!
Reggie's lucky I'm not gonna make him sweep up the glass. Keep forgetting. No more back to start for me. Come here, my sharp little friends.
Moonlighting, huh?
Hey, photography's a tough industry. Next time, remember, the glass goes on the table.
Oh, my bladder thanks you.
Tell your bladder it's my pleasure.
So hey, you were gonna say something before all that.
I gotta know what the deal is with the pickup lines.
My buddy Henry and I were co-headlining a comedy night.
Holy shit, you do comedy? And this is the first I'm hearing about it? Sorry. Listening quietly, please proceed.
So the whole drive up, he's telling me the grossest pickup lines he can think of, trying to get me to squirm. Dumb bro shit. Anyway, it turned into a competition, which I won. Nobody knows grosser pickup lines than a small town lesbian.
And the competition turned into the chalkboard?
So, give it a shot. What's the best pickup line you've got?
I know a great way to burn off the calories in that drink.
There is something hot about a cute girl using a trashy frat bro line, but it's not gonna get you on the board.
Recommend a beer for someone who hates the taste of beer.
Handlebar cider. That's the max-ist thing on tap.
How did you...
It's my job to know the regulars. I'm the all-seeing eye of Lakeport, Vermont.
You're starting to sound like one of those Abraxas guys.
That dork-ass rich kid secret society? Bite your tongue.
So, you're a Misery Cult fan?
For sure. So cool that you know them.
No, sorry. I actually had never heard of them until I read your rec on the whiteboard.
Oh, right. You're not a Lakeport local, duh.
So, educate me. I want to know.
Misery Cult were the first band out of Lakeport to make it big. They kind of founded the Lakeport music scene.
Lakeport has a scene? Like, multiple bands?
Yeah, man. This town's pretty sick outside of the academic bubble.
Those photos on the wall over there. Is that your family?
Yep. All 6 of us, my poor mother. I love those goobers. Plus, I'm the oldest, so they have to do what I say.
So, I was thinking
that we should totally do something in Lakeport sometime.
You could show off the local music scene.
Oh, hell yeah. There's this band, Revenge Horse, that I've been meaning to check out.
Based on that name alone, I'm 100% in.
So, I like to make sure that boundaries get set early. So, zero pressure, either way. But is this a date thing or is this a friend thing?
I was kinda definitely thinking a date thing.
You're really fucking adorable. It's a date then. Look at you, Max, doing normal people shit like some kind of healthy, productive member of society. How do you feel?
I have no idea. The last 10 minutes are a total blur. But Amanda's really cool.
Ooh. Moses!
Hey!
And on that note, we're going to call this a part 1. Part 2, there'll be more gameplay. Because we had to go through the first game at the start of this video. So yeah, we're going to end it here now. Thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for part 2, where we will resume from this point.